Hello, everybody out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about episode 3, season 3 of And Just Like Crap, or Just Like Piss, whatever you want to call it. This abortion of a show that is the sequel series to Sex and the City, which is a show that I enjoyed. Okay, I've already reviewed every single episode of Sex and the City. It's on this channel, okay? I've reviewed every single episode already. I've also reviewed every single episode of this piece of crap show as well, and there is a huge difference, okay? This isn't anything like Sex and the City. It's trying to be, but I don't think Michael Patrick Queen, the showrunner, really knows what the hell he's trying to do. He knows he can't do a show about a bunch of 30-something, 40-something-year-old women just hopping from bed to bed every episode, because these women aren't in their 30s or 40s anymore. Okay, these women are in their late 50s and 60s and early 60s. Okay, and it's just not the same. Okay, nobody wants to watch that. Not really. Okay. So, I know there's a small niche of weirdos out there that love watching, granny porn and stuff, but in real life, we really don't want to see it. I mean, we really don't. Okay, so the show can't go there. So all it has really to go on is the personalities of the characters and what's going on in their everyday life. You gotta kind of leave the sex out of it, okay? And start doing more with okay, what's going on with their job, what's going on with their relationships that are already established, what's going on with their kids, the stuff like that. Okay, they gotta lean on, which is fine. The problem is nobody gives a crap. Okay, nobody gives a crap because these characters have not progressed. Okay, Carrie has regressed. Okay, now that she killed her husband, now she's got all this money that she don't know what to do with. What has she got to do? She got nothing. Okay, Carrie was the girl that didn't have as much money as her girlfriends did. Okay, she was the one that was struggling to pay her bills. Okay, she was the one that was always neurotic about everything, about all the relationships she was in, always daydreaming, always second guessing herself, always asking questions about sex that she didn't know the answer to, always doing these things. Okay, which is cool when you're like in your 30s and trying to figure it all out still. Okay, but it's not cool when you're in your 60s. Okay, and she still hasn't figured it out, and it's like, come on, this is getting dumb. I mean, why is she stressing over her boyfriend like a teenager or something? You're fucking 60 years old. Okay, you should be beyond all this now. Your identity should be very firmly established by now. You should be basically telling 8 and 9, I don't agree with this. Okay, this isn't good for me. Okay, I need a guy who's going to be there all the time. Okay, I don't need a guy I got to wait 5 yeyears for. I don't need a guy that the only way I can communicate with him is if I give him a call, if it's okay. I don't want to be with a guy whose 16-year-old son is blackmailing him into staying home, or else he's going to kill himself. I don't want to be with a guy like that. Okay, I want to be with a man who's next to me. Okay, it's not like we're in our 20s and we can have a long distance relationship. Okay, I mean Carrie's probably going to be dead in the next 5 years. She ain't going to make it. Okay, and so is Aiden. Aiden's older than her. Okay, or who knows? Anyway, so what the hell? This is ridiculous. This is the stuff young people do. This stuff, not old people. This is the kind of thing, like if you're you're 18 and you just joined the Marines, and you're going to be gone in basic training and boot camp, and getting deployed, but I'll come back for you. Give me about 2 or 3 years. I'll have enough money. I can move you onto the base and we'll get married and all that kind of stuff. That's what you do it when you're like 18, 19 years old. That's when you agree to stupid stuff like that. Okay, not when you're 60. Not when you're 60. This is ridiculous. I mean, come on. And this is all her drama is based on this. She has no other problems at all in her life. She has no problems, okay, other than she hasn't decorated her house. Okay, her multi-million-dollar house that she bought with her dead husband's money. She don't need to work anymore. She doesn't need to write books anymore. I mean, she does it for fun now. Okay, it's not like she depends on that money. It's not like she depends on the money she gets from her column in order to pay the rent like she did before. You see what I mean? She has no need to worry about buying shoes anymore. She has more than enough money to buy all the damn Manolo Blahniks she wants. You see what I mean? It's like the struggles are gone for her. They're gone. They're not there. And for what? She's trying to because she wants to get back with her old boyfriend, the one that she fucked over twice. I mean, and the fact that this guy's willing to take that seriously, like he really wants to get back with her, he really wants to make a commitment. Are you crazy? This girl screwed you over back in the day. What on earth makes you think that she wouldn't do it again? You know, I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. She killed her husband, for Christ's sake. You know, and you automatically trust that she's not going to cheat on you again? Are you fucking out of your mind? Even I wouldn't do that. You know, and I have reconnected with old flames before, but I knew better. I knew damn well that this is just going to be a release, okay? This is not going to be, we're getting back together and we're going to make our life together shit. No, it wasn't. And if she didn't feel that way, too bad. Okay, that's the way I felt, okay? Whenever I have gotten back together with girls that have screwed me over, okay? But every time I got back together with them, it was never, at least not on my part, was it ever going to be permanent. I went back in there knowing damn well that I'm never going to be this girl's boyfriend again. I knew that way before she ever called me, okay? So no. That ain't happening, okay? I'm not that stupid, but apparently Aiden is. But then Aiden's been stupid this whole time. There's no real men on this show, okay? No real men. I mean, and this is just ridiculous. Who cares about Miranda's love life, okay? She's a piece of crap mom. She was a piece of crap wife when she was married, and now I'm supposed to worry about her love life? I mean, she sleeps with butt-ugly nuns, for Christ's sake, okay? All the women she's attracted to are butt-ugly. There's not one good-looking one among them. Have you seen any pretty women that Miranda's dated since she went lesbian? Not one. They're all just as ugly, if not uglier than she is, if that's possible. Okay, and I don't just mean Miranda Hobbs. I'm talking about Cynthia Nixon in real life. I mean, look at that thing she's married to. Oh my God. And then there's Charlotte. Charlotte, who demands that she works again. So she wants her $30,000 a year job selling artwork part-time. Okay, with her Gen Z co-workers. And now she wants to be Gen Z herself. She wants to dance and party like she's 30 years old again. You know, like the episode when they were in Staten Island or something, whatever. So one of my commenters pointed that out. Yes, I reviewed every episode of Sex and the City. That's the one where I do believe that Carrie hooked up with that politician, I think, in that one. And Samantha had sex with the fireman, whatever, on the fire truck or what, something like that, whatever. You know, it was a long time. But I reviewed that episode, okay? You know, so Charlotte's having her 3/4 of a life crisis, not midlife crisis, because she's well past midlife. Okay, she's 60 years old. Okay, no, she's having a 3/4 of a life crisis. Okay, and her husband's just letting her do it. Like he doesn't care. He's too busy pissing himself in his pants. The guy can't even go to the bathroom. Okay, he needs a damn colostomy bag. Okay, yeah, and he doesn't care that his wife is out there. She's probably out there screwing other guys. You know, I wouldn't put it past Charlotte. Okay, she was tempted to cheat on Trey when she was married to. Remember that when she was married to Trey, Kyle MacLachlan's character? Yeah, you know that's where she got all of her money from. I mean, I think she was born wealthy, but he gave her the apartment when they divorced. Okay, that's the apartment they live in. He just gave it to her in the divorce. Like what the hell? They're only married for like what 6 months or some crap like that. It wasn't even very very long, and she got an apartment out of it. Okay, a high end apartment in the Upper East Side. Okay, where millionaires live, where she still lives today. Okay, she got that in the divorce. He just gave it to her. I mean, oh my God. You know, don't all you women wish you could be that lucky? Okay, no. And who else? Who does got Seema? Oh my, do I really need to talk about that pig anymore? Okay, Seema. I mean, this woman is so pretentious. She's so insufferable. She's so full of herself. Okay, and then I'm supposed to feel sorry for her because she's lonely and can't find a man. What the hell? What kind of man would ever want that pig that she is? She's chain smokes. She eats fucking fast food. Okay, she's rude. Okay, she treats people like shit. She expects everyone to fucking lick her asshole, or else she won't take them seriously. And then she cries to Carrie about how, you know, oh, I'm just trying to get what I deserve. You know what you deserve? Okay, you deserve a big fucking turd in your fucking mouth. That's what you fucking deserve. You don't deserve a goddamn thing. Okay, you're disgusting. You're overweight. Okay, you look like shit. You're a chain smoker. You're a fucking alcoholic. Okay, and you're addicted to fucking fast food. You don't even fucking exercise, for Christ's sake. What makes you fucking think you're gonna be alive in 2 years? Okay, much less to have a steady boyfriend. Okay, I mean, what the fuck is this? She's too fucking for a boss bitch. She's too stupid to realize that her boss is 90 years old. Okay, and she was gonna save some money in a few years to buy him out of the company. The fucker's 90 years old. Okay, he's not. How much longer do you think he can wait for you? Okay, I mean, what the fuck? And you're gonna be like, well, but he's really 70. Who gives a fucking shit? That's old enough too. And the fact is, Seema did not know that. Even if she thought he was 70, how much fucking longer do you think he's gonna live? How many more years do you need to save up the money to buy him out? And then the rest of the episode, she's just bitching that her name ain't on the fucking letterhead of the company. What the fuck, bitch? You should have bought him out a long time ago. This is stupid. And what's her response to this? To her own fuck-ups? Because she ain't going to take any accountability for her own act. Not one woman on the show, okay, takes accountability for any of their fucking actions. It's always a man's fault. And in this case, it's a gay man's fault. Okay? It's always, why can't gay men just do what I want them to do? Because you're a fucking cunt. It has nothing to do with being a gay man. I don't even want to do what you want me to do. Okay? And I'm not gay. You know, there's no good. I mean, Lisa Todd Wexley. Okay, there's another fucking cunt and a half right there. She's been treating her assistant, Grace, who's clearly a lesbian, like shit for fucking 9 years. They've been working on this documentary for PBS, a documentary that nobody's ever going to fucking see because nobody gives a shit. There's no money in PBS. Okay? And she decides she wants a better job. She wants to work with a famous director, you know, and start getting paid, you know, make some real money instead of just working basically for free for her friend for the past 9 years on a documentary that was supposed to only take 1 year and it ended up taking 8 years. But really, it's 9 years. Okay. And what happened? Lisa's all fucking pissed off at her. Who does she take it out on? She takes it out on her husband. Like it's her husband. Her husband's the one that's telling her, hey, maybe you should think about her. Maybe, Lisa, you need to think about Grace. Maybe Grace has been working for you for a long time. She's always done what you want her to. And now she wants to do her own thing. Instead of being mad at her about that, why don't you, like, be happy for her? You know? I mean, she stuck around for a long time, much longer than any other editor would have done. You know? Maybe you ought to, like, give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she's just wants to take her career, and, you know, maybe just be happy for her that she wants to take charge of her own career. Okay, and what happens? Fucking, of course, she treats her husband like a piece of shit for doing that. For telling her straight. Okay, hey, listen, you know, maybe she wants to do her own thing. Just respect it. Okay, no, I'm mad at you. While she's beating the potatoes. I mean, this is stupid. How the fuck am I supposed to empathize with her? How am I supposed to give a shit about her? The bitch is attracted to 15-year-old boys, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on. Come on. There's not one fucking likable bitch in this whole fucking show. Anyway. Or a man, for that matter, because Harry is a limp dick fucking soy boy beta male. So is fucking Aiden, but he's also a dumbass. Okay? And so is every guy on the show. They're all a bunch of limp dick soy boy beta males. The only exception to that are the gay guys. The gay guys are treated with respect. Anthony is fucking respect, okay? Giuseppe and his big dick, respect, okay? It's only the straight guys that get treated like shit on this show, all right? Anyway, moving right along, okay, so where we left off last time, okay, you know, there was the whole circle jerk basically that the women are having. All these characters take turns praising each other about how wonderful they are, how much of a boss bitch they are, how smart they are, you know, how beautiful they are, how strong, successful, independent they are, you know, how much their cocks are bigger than theirs they are, how, you know, they're better in bed than they are, how they're, you know, all that. This happens every fucking episode, several times in one episode, all right? So now that we're done with the female circle jerk, okay, the next scene here is Carrie is renting a car at Hertz. So we get a little Hertz commercial here. Okay, I didn't even know Carrie knew how to drive. I mean, she only drove in one episode of Sex and the City, and that was like in the first season when they had to drive to the suburbs or so. They had to drive to Vermont or something. Remember that one? Nobody knew how to drive except for Carrie. She could drive very well. Like Miranda, Charlotte, and Samantha did not know how to drive. That was in the first season. Anyway. So moving right along, Carrie rents a car. She tries to rent a car, okay, you know, and of course, instead of actually paying attention to that, okay, you know, she's still pissed off by Aiden not inviting her to spend the night, despite the fact that she didn't ask him if she could spend the night. She's still pissed off about that. So she makes a mountain out of a molehill, out of nothing. All she has to do is call him and say, hey, listen, do you mind if I spend the night? Do you want me to spend the night? You know, instead of doing that, she just expects him to read her mind and automatically offer. And the fact that he hasn't done it yet, now she's pissed at him. Okay? And she's got to fucking scream Seema's ear off about this. All right? So what the fuck? Just ask him. Okay, this is not a real problem. These are called Cadillac problems. These are not fucking real problems. Okay? Anyway, so Carrie's turns out Carrie's driver's license is expired in 2017. What the fuck, Carrie? I mean, I know you don't drive, okay, but don't you need your fucking ID for something? Okay? Don't you need to show your ID at different places whenever you go somewhere? You know? Like, what the fuck? You didn't realize it expired in 2017? This is fucking stupid. What are you? What the fuck's wrong with you? You can buy a house? Like, they didn't check your ID when you bought the fucking house? Like, what the fuck? Are you crazy? They gotta run a credit check on you. Anyway. Anyway, so like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Okay, she never went anywhere that required a valid ID, I guess. Okay, she says she uses passports. Okay, well, yeah, I get that you use passports to go to other countries, but you still need an ID in the States. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so Seema rents the car instead. All right. So the very next scene, Anthony is standing in front of his gay bar bakery. Okay, and he's wearing the romper now. He's wearing the tight denim romper. Okay, trying to get people to come in. Nobody wants to sample his bread. Nobody wants to come. What the fuck do you think? What kind of fucking business do you think you've got here, Anthony? What kind of clientele are you going to try to? Are you trying to attract? I know you said you want to get like the soccer moms and shit because there's a private school right around the corner. You want to get all the horny soccer moms to come into your place. But what about fucking a guy in rompers screams horny women want to come in there? There's nothing about that, okay? It's not a feminine place. It's a gay place. It's a gay fucking bar, okay? No, I know there's some women that like to go to gay bars, okay? I get that, okay? But the majority of women want to go to straight bars. You know why? Because there's straight men there, okay? They can actually find a guy who's going to fucking buy them drinks instead of a guy who's going to fix their hair. You see what I mean? Okay? They can actually like get with a guy and then actually have sex with him instead of hanging out with a bunch of guys that are going to have sex with themselves later on. You see what I mean? Okay, there's nothing for them. There's nothing there for them. Okay? You've built your business on a niche fucking audience, a niche fucking clientele. Okay? The only people that are going to go into a gay bar bakery are gay guys. And if you want to make money at a gay bar bakery, you need to move your goddamn store into a fucking gay neighborhood. Okay? Not around the corner from a fucking private school. You understand? I praise your entrepreneurship. I get all that, okay? But you didn't fucking think this through, okay? Right there, no straight guy is gonna go into your fucking store. No straight guy is gonna be caught dead anywhere near your fucking bakery, okay? You're gonna get the occasional woman in there and mostly gay guys if they happen to be in that neighborhood at that time. That's the only clientele you're gonna fucking get. You got to pay all these fucking buff male models to fucking sell your bread. You're not gonna be able to pay them shit if nobody buys your fucking bread. I love Anthony. He's a funny guy. I love the fact that he's very direct. He's very frank. You know, his candor. I understand all that. I love that about Anthony. But this was a stupid fucking idea. This was a stupid fucking idea. It was never gonna fucking work. Okay. Unfortunately, I know this show doesn't want to admit it. Okay, but most men are actually straight. Okay, I know. Weird, right? It's fucking weird. Okay? I know it's hard for you to accept that. Okay? But if I walk by that fucking place, I'm not gonna fucking go in there. I'm gonna double check my fucking GPS. Am I in a gay neighborhood? What the fuck? Okay, that's what I'm gonna think. You see what I mean? I'm not going in there. Not for fucking bread. Are you fucking crazy? It's ridiculous. Anyway. You know, so he's standing out there trying to fucking give free samples of his bread to get people to come in. Okay, so I'm sorry, Anthony, I'm sorry, man, but you're like in your 50s and you're like, or 60s, and I know you color your hair and all that, but you know, dude, I mean, you're a little guy. You're like, what is he, like 5'5" or something? I mean, he's a funny guy, I know that, but he ain't. You know, when you think of fucking like sexy male model, you don't think of fucking Anthony. Okay, nobody thinks of Mario Cantone that way. He's just a funny guy. Just like nobody thinks of Patton Oswalt as a sexy man. He's just a funny guy. You know what I mean? Okay, that's not his marketability. Okay, he looks ridiculous in that romper. He's too fucking old. He's out of shape. And I know why he's desperate. Okay, he can't get the guys, the beefy guys to do it for him. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. I know they're playing it for laughs, but it's just like, come on, this makes no sense. So guess what happens, okay? While he's there all nervous that nobody wants to go into his store, his bakery, all of a sudden here comes Giuseppe in the tight denim romper, okay, with his big fucking dick bulging out of the romper, okay? Which is obviously a prosthetic, okay? I very much doubt that he's hung like that, okay? But anyway, he's walking in, he's a gay guy, he's walking there. Now honestly, okay, even with fucking big dick Giuseppe there, okay? You're still mostly going to attract fucking gay guys. All right? Okay, I'm not saying that women don't appreciate a big dick. I know a lot of women do. I know, okay? But also, you got to remember that a lot of women that fuck big dicks, it hurts. It hurts. So you got to really like know what you're doing, okay? And unfortunately, not every guy with a big dick knows what they're doing, okay? Because it does hurt, okay? Don't ask me how I know. I just know, all right? So you got to know what you're doing, all right? This ain't about me. This ain't about me. The point is, okay, so here's Giuseppe there with his fucking his prosthetic dick bulging out. Now Anthony's saying, "Oh, my savior's here," because he was complaining that his boyfriend doesn't fucking help him out. Now Giuseppe is nothing more than a waste of space. Okay, he's just eye candy. He doesn't fucking do anything. What is his job? He has no fucking job. He lives off of Anthony. Okay? He lives off of Anthony. He has no fucking real job. He has no real education. He writes fucking poetry and tries to fucking sell it like $1 a poem at the fucking gay bookstore. That's what he does for a living. He doesn't do anything else, and he shows off his big dick. That's all he fucking does. Okay? He does nothing else with his fucking life. Okay? He just lives off of fucking Anthony. Okay? So what else does he gotta fucking do? Okay, except fucking stand with his big fucking dick and try to hand out free bread samples to get people to come in. Even with that, even based on the fucking big dick thing, okay, how many women are actually going to go into the store and buy loaves of bread just because the guy standing in front of him has got a fucking big dick? They're not going to do that. They're going to stay there. If they like the guy, they're going to stay there and going to talk to him. They're going to try to flirt with him or try to get his fucking number. That's what they're going to fucking do. Okay, that's the women that are attracted to him. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to go in there and spend all their money on fucking bread. Are you out of your fucking mind? You know, they're going to try to fucking get money. They're going to try to fucking get his phone number. They're going to try to go out with him, get his social media. Hey, you know what? You know, instead of you working, let's meet somewhere after work. When you get off work, let's go. That's what they're going to try to do. They're not going to fucking go in there and start buying fucking bread like crazy. That makes no fucking sense. Now, the gay guys might do that. They might, oh, wow, here's a gay-friendly place. I can just come here for my bread from now on. Come on, guys. You know, that kind of thing. I can get that. Okay? But this is like in a straight neighborhood in New York. You know, you're not going to get any straight guys to come in there. You see what I mean? If anything, there's going to be people asking them, hey, is that real? Or shit like that. That's all that's going to fucking happen. They're not going to buy bread. Okay? Like, what the fuck? Anyway. So that's going on here. Okay, he decides to go in there and sell fucking bread with his big dick, you know. And I'm over here like, this is bullshit. Okay? You know, but anyway, Big Dip Giuseppe comes to the rescue. Next scene, Seema gets a call from Ryan Serhant. That's the new senior partner. Her old partner, Elliot, the gay guy, the 90-year-old gay guy, he sold his shares of his company to this guy, Ryan Serhant, who I think is we only saw him for like 2 seconds. He didn't say anything, but I think he's straight. I think he's a straight guy. Anyway, he sends her a call while she's driving. She actually tries to answer it while she's driving, and Carrie's like, oh, no, you're driving. You can't answer. No, you got to pull over. So Seema pulls over. She does not notice that the parking lot she pulled over has spikes. Okay, one-way spikes. Okay, she did not notice that. Everybody clearly saw that. Obviously, we know what's going to happen next. She pulls into the parking lot, and then Carrie gets out of the car so she can give Seema some privacy while she's talking to this guy, her new boss. Okay, and Carrie, of course, doesn't notice the spikes either, and she sure as fuck doesn't tell Seema about the spikes when she gets back in the car. Anyway, so that's going on here. There's clearly a sign that says, like, don't back up, okay? You know, but of course she doesn't see it, okay? Next scene is Charlotte. Charlotte's rich Asian friend. Okay, Charlotte's at this fucking cafe again. Okay, a huge cafe, and she's fucking hungover. We don't see the reaction her husband and her kids had to her coming home at fucking 7 in the morning, all fucked up and shit, all coked out of her brain and drunk and all. We didn't see that. We didn't see the fight that she had with Harry. There would have been no fight. She would have found a way to blame Harry for everything, and he was too busy worrying about how he pissed himself at the club. Okay, so anyway, all we see is Charlotte at this huge cafe that we saw earlier. Okay, and she's putting eye drops in her eyes. Okay, you know, and she's trying to wake up, you know, because she's been drinking all night, no sleep. All right, well, this rich Asian friend that we saw earlier, the one that hooked her up with the fucking Adderall earlier in this episode, she shows up, and what happens? She just goes there, basically just licks Charlotte's asshole for half an hour. Okay, and what do I mean by that? I mean that metaphorically. Okay, what I mean is that, like I said before, okay, every woman always reaffirms another woman. There's always a character whose job is to reaffirm how much of a great, successful boss bitch one of the main characters is. Okay, we saw that earlier with Grace, spent like 2 hours telling Lisa Todd Wexley what a great fucking boss bitch she is. Okay, and now we have this woman. I don't know her name. I don't give a shit. Okay, reaffirming Charlotte and telling her what a great, incredible boss bitch she is. Oh my God, you're so incredible. You are the best art gallery saleswoman in the entire world. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so smart. You're so rich. Okay, your cock is bigger than mine. You have the best taste in clothes. You have the best taste in champagne. You have the best taste in cocktails. Okay, you have the best taste in coffee. You're just so incredible. You have the best hair. And this goes on for like 2 hours. All right, the usual shit. Okay, that happens like 5 or 6 times in every fucking episode. You know, and I know I keep calling this out, but I'm gonna fucking keep calling it out. You know why? And I don't care if it annoys you. I'm gonna call this out every single time I see it. You know why? Because it fucking annoys me too. Okay? I think I've cracked the code of the showrunners on this fucking show. You got to fucking reaffirm the characters and tell them how fucking great they are, and then you have to fucking have a fucking piss, menstruation, and vomit jokes in there as well that aren't really funny. Okay? None of the women are ever going to accept accountability for any of the fucking shit that they do. Okay, they're going to get away with everything. And if they do fucking have a problem with it, they're just going to blame the man for it. Okay, it's always going to be his fucking fault. Pretty much simple. That's the whole fucking show right there. All 3 seasons. I just spoiled it for you. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, that's going on here. So yeah, so this Asian friend decides she's going to buy a painting from Charlotte because she's the fucking best there is. Okay, of course she is, right? Anyway, next scene, Carrie comes back into Seema's car, does not tell Seema that she's parked next to some spikes. Okay, and Seema tells Carrie that she's going to keep her job. Okay, even though they're not going to put Seema's name on the letterhead of the business because that's what she wanted. She wanted her name up there. They're not going to do it because she's a junior partner. So she's like, you know, there's worse things than not having your name on the letterhead. That's what she says, okay? And of course, she drives over the spikes, okay, and flattens her tires, okay? Despite the men, there was men out there that were warning her, hey, stop! They're yelling at her to stop, but of course she didn't hear them. Okay, no woman on the show ever listens to fucking straight men. Okay, so now Seema's pissed off. Even Carrie's pissed off. Didn't you see the sign? Well, didn't you fucking tell her? Why didn't you fucking tell her? Anyway. So Seema interprets the don't back up sign as a sign from, I guess, her Hindu god or some shit to go forward with her career and not back. Get it? So instead, she's going to fucking, lay down the gauntlet here, okay? She's basically going to go tell this guy, Ryan said her, whatever the fuck his name is, and tell her, no, my name had better be up there or I'm going to quit. That's basically what, now she's decided, she changed her mind again. Now this is what she's going to do, okay? She's going to start over her career at fucking 60 years old. Okay, so she's 59 in real life. Close enough, okay? She's going to start over her career at 59 years old. Okay, start all over again. How long do you think you're going to fucking live, bitch? How long do you think you're going to fucking live? You're only 5 years away from retirement, okay? And you're going to start all over again? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so that's what she decided to do. Aiden, of course, arrives in his truck to save the day. Okay, he's there. We finally get to see John Corbett. Yeah, Aiden shows up. Okay, it's good to know that and while they were waiting for him to show up, they didn't check what was in the car. They didn't check for their luggage still in the trunk. What they decided to do was just go to fucking Arby's and stuff their fucking face, okay, with some of that Arby's sauce, you know, and they got the horseradish there, the number 3 big stack, you know, with the curly fries. Those are delicious, aren't they? You know, they got the barbecue sauce and they got the spicy ketchup, you know. I especially love the horseradish, okay? And you know that's imitation cheese they put on there when you add the cheese to it? It's not real cheddar. It's like the Velveeta stuff, okay, the processed stuff, okay? It's like cheese substitute. They put that all in there, very healthy for you, okay? You stick that on there, you know, you slice up the beef, again, you bite into that thing with extra horseradish, okay, and Arby's sauce, mix it together, okay? And you just go to town on that fucking shit. Oh my God, it's so fucking delicious, okay? And get yourself a big serving of that Mountain Dew, what is it called? The tropical Mountain Dew they have, you know? It's got like 280 calories per cup. You just fill up the big gulp with that. You eat the curly fries and the horseradish and some honey mustard. Don't forget the honey mustard. You can put it in there too and mix it all up. Oh, it's so fucking delicious. At least that's what I heard. But I wouldn't know because I don't fucking eat at Arby's. You know why I don't? Because I don't want to fucking die. Seema is so worried about her future that she's going to fucking eat at Arby's. And how do I know she ate at Arby's? How do I know? Because when she leans in there to look at Aiden, she points the fucking Arby's cup right at the fucking camera. That's how I know. This is the 3rd commercial they've done, okay? We already had Burger King earlier. Okay, when we had what's his name, Adam, the fucking the big dick gardener who plants the seeds. Okay, we had him wearing the Whopper shirt, remember? And then earlier we had the fucking KFC thing. Remember when Seema showed up with a big bucket of KFC and they just started picking out? You remember that? That was just a few minutes ago. And now we got fucking Arby's right in your fucking face. I wonder if there's product placement on this show. I don't know. Kind of seems like there is. Anyway, yeah. So good for Seema and her Arby's. Okay, that's some delicious shit right there. Okay, and this bitch wants to start her own company. Okay, bitch, you're gonna be dead like in 2 weeks. All right. You are two fucking fried chickens and one Arby's sandwich away from a fucking heart attack, you fucking dumb bitch. Anyway, so that's what they decided to do while they were waiting for Aiden. Okay, something important. Okay, he does invite Carrie to stay. He does do that. He invites Carrie to stay overnight. Okay, and she points out to Seema, oh, he invited me to stay overnight. Okay, you know. Okay, and the tow truck takes away the car. Okay, that they rented. Okay, and that's when, after the tow truck leaves, that's when they realized that they left their luggage in the car. You know why they forgot? Because they were too overwhelmed by the delicious taste of the RB number 3 stack with honey mustard curly fries with their special seasoning. Okay, and a huge fucking cup of Mountain Dew. Oh, I would have forgotten too. Yeah. Arby's. Anyway, yeah, so that's going on here. That's why they forgot about their luggage. Okay, so that's happening here. We don't see what the resolution of that. Seema says she's gonna go back to the airport. Maybe she Ubered over there. Who fucking knows? Who cares? They don't. That's a plot hole. They just leave it out there. Did they get their luggage back? Why the fuck does Seema even show up if they're just gonna fucking write her out of the episode? She ain't gonna just hang out in Virginia. This is dumb shit, man. These are rich people's problems. Okay, so that's going on here, you know. And honestly, I thought that, you know, you had to be smart to be a fucking successful real estate agent. I thought you had to be fucking smart. Okay, apparently they're not. Okay, neither Carrie nor fucking Seema smart enough to know that. Even Aiden didn't notice that they didn't have their fucking luggage with them. Yet they were on a plane earlier. Anyway. So now we're at the farmhouse. Okay, it's nighttime now. Okay, and she's in the truck with Aiden. And Aiden tells Carrie that he forgot. Oh, I guess he's an idiot too. He forgot to tell his sons that Carrie was coming over and going to spend the night. He forgot to tell them that. And apparently he has a ritual with his sons. Okay, because he's the only one that raises them. Like their mom doesn't raise them. She's too busy with her big dick boyfriend flying around the world. Okay, so he basically raises his sons by himself. Okay, and he has to, or else they'll kill themselves. He has a ritual with them where they go over, I guess, like what the plan of the day is or some shit. Something stupid, like some hippie fucking bullshit like that. And unfortunately, he forgot to tell his sons that Carrie was spending the night. Okay, thereby she actually cannot go into the house tonight. In fact, she's going to have to stay in the guest house, but he does promise Carrie that tomorrow morning, as soon as I wake up, I will let them know about you. Okay, and then you can come inside the fucking house. Okay? And of course, Carrie doesn't say anything about this. If I was Carrie, I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Okay? Like, what the hell? What are you afraid? What are you so afraid is going to happen if I go in there right now with you and you tell them that I'm spending the night? Okay? I mean, it is your house, right? Okay? They are your children, right? They have to do what you say, right? I mean, do you think I'm going to fucking mistreat them or be rude to them? So why the fuck would you not let me spend the night here? Okay? You can just tell them that the car fucking blew up or something. We blew out the tires of the car. I mean, what the fuck? You know, like they're not going to be understanding? This is stupid. There's no reason at all that Aiden would have her fucking stay in the guest house by herself. Okay? If anything, he's just staying in the guest house with him. What is he afraid? Is he afraid his kids are going to fucking commit suicide? Be spends the night in the guest house instead of the main house? This is stupid. This makes no fucking sense. Who wrote this? Oh yeah, gay guy, and a really disturbed piece of shit transgender thing wrote this episode. I forgot. Now it makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Okay, so that's going on here. Anyway, she gives for some reason Carrie gives Aiden the Adderall that she smuggled. You know, like, and he just looks at it like what the fuck does that mean? Obviously they're going to come back to this. But what does that mean? What's the big deal with the Adderall? I mean, there's a nationwide shortage, and Aiden's ex-wife told Carrie, please smuggle me some Adderall. Why? What's the big deal with that? Anyway, maybe it's going to come back, but knowing the showrunners on here, probably nothing's going to happen with this. There are so many fucking plot holes. There are so many characters we've met. Okay, so many different circumstances that happened that have never been followed up on. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is just going to be another one. They have no plan for this show. There's no arc. There's no overreaching story here. Okay, Sex and the City had an overreaching story. It was about Carrie trying to find her true love. Okay, and settle down. That was the overreaching arc. Okay, with Sex and the City. Carrie trying to find her true. That's why in the first episode she met Big. in the movie, okay, which should have been the last movie, in the Second City movie, that's when she marries Big. Okay, they should not have made a sequel, but they did. Okay, the point is that Carrie started somewhere and she ended somewhere else. That's called a character arc. There is no character arc for these characters at all. They're not going anywhere. Okay, they're not going anywhere. Okay, what is Miranda's character arc? That she's gonna fucking settle down with a butt ugly lesbian? Who gives a shit? Who wants to watch that? Nobody does. Okay, and I'm sorry. Okay, I know there's a lot of gay people involved in this show, but you know, most women that watch Second City were fucking straight. Okay, and they really don't want to watch two fucking butt ugly women having sex. Okay, sorry, it's just not a turn on. Okay, I know guys don't even want to watch that. Okay, so there's no story arc. What's Charlotte? Okay, what kind of story arc can there be for Charlotte? Okay, nothing. The only thing they can do with her is she can divorce her husband. That's it. Okay, and if she does this because she cheated. So what the fuck? Okay? What the fuck? And I'm sure she'll cheat with a super good-looking, ripped-ab, 6'4", hung to the floor, fucking billionaire. Okay? Because all these ugly women end up with the high-value men. You know why? Because it's fucking goddamn fucking lesbians and gay guys that write these episodes. Okay? So in Lollipop Land, that's what happens. Okay? But try that shit in real life and see what happens. Okay? There's no arc here. There's no fucking arc. Who cares? Who cares about Lisa Tuttle? I don't give a two shits about her. She's a black version of Charlotte. She's just another insufferable, pretentious bitch. And Seema's just a fucking pig. She's just a fucking pig. Okay? I don't care what happens to her. I hope she loses her business. She's an insufferable pig who thinks she's a fucking 10 when she's a solid 2. Okay? So who gives a shit? Anyway. Well, that's the end of this episode, all right? I'll be back soon to continue my review. I'll be episode 4 is coming out in a couple of days, so you'll see me again for that one, all right? I thank you very much for watching this long. See you soon in the next one. Bye.